Alright guys, what's up? It's your boy Thomas B coming at you from SNB Trading. It is 1:40, September 12th. CPI Eve, we got a big one coming tomorrow. Huge one coming tomorrow. I'm going to run over what I'm looking at, what you guys need to be aware of, my key levels I'm seeing on SPX, where I want to see SPX go tomorrow if we do actually get that bullish CPI read, a low CPI, a drop in inflation. That's the name of the game. That's the market we're in. That's all the market cares about right at this very moment. It's the big news, that and the Fed, and even though the Fed doesn't really weight the CPI that much, it is still helpful. The bulls love to hear a low CPI number. It gets the bulls charged up. It keeps momentum going, and right now, bulls have all of the momentum. Huge amounts of momentum right now in the bulls, with today being another green day. So we've logged 4 green days in a row, and these aren't just any green days. These are like solid volume green days. Nothing crazy, but it is noteworthy when you have solid volume like this on these green days. I see other people say this is pretty low volume, but I mean, you can compare it to low volume like over here, like we had at the top of this peak. Like these are low volume green days. Over here, low volume, but these are pretty solid. Even though it's not that much higher than those, but it's not like it's just a nothing, like we had like 40 million SPY shares traded. It's nothing. We've had much worse. And those were signs of weakness. When I had that, I said that. I was like, these low volume days up here, this is a little worrying. This is when you start to see the cracks. But we had our super bullish breakout above this here mint colored trend line I have. We have our monstrous breakout on SPX. We have broken through this resistance. We now have our confirmed higher high. We have our confirmed higher low. We have broken out of resistance, and we are looking to see where the next resistance is, and then looking to see if we do have any pullbacks where support will be. So if we zoom in here on the 5-minute, or let's do the 15-minute. So we gap up, and now this isn't just any gap. This is a weekly gap. I know it's going to look small. I just zoomed into the 15, but I got to show you this on the weekly. I know it's going to look small, but it's there, and it is notable because futures. There's no futures volume from overnight. This was a gap up on the futures even because the futures contracts rolled over. So this is super noteworthy. These gaps almost always get filled, but that is just something worth noting. If the bears do get momentum, I imagine they will drag it straight through that gap. But anyways, back to the 15-minute. We gap up, and really SPX didn't do a whole lot today. I had this level marked right here before the day started at 41.20. And it was money, and you could see why this level's key. We wicked down to it over here, we got a bounce, and now we have wicked up to that level, and so we have some resistance. So bulls absolutely need to break above that level for some continuation. And today, really, I mean, we kind of just made a big bull flag that we broke out of. I mean, today was just such a chop fest, but just a nice little like pennant right there, bull flag on top of a nice pullback consolidation. Another thing worth mentioning, this is the point of control. I don't have volume profile up over here, but this is where we have. It's been a battle at this level. You can see all the fighting that, if we zoom out way out to the daily, you can see all the battling that has been done at this level. I mean, we have consolidated, and this level is the bottom of the Ukraine war pullback. So another very key reason you got to watch out for this level. But we have battled at this level. So this is a level where I could see bears coming back in and taking control, and they could put up a fight at this level. But if bulls are strong enough to rip right through it, then it's looking good. And we are looking super good to the upside. I'm actually pretty excited. But 4 green days in a row, it's rare that you see a fifth. It's very, 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 very rare that you see that 5th green day in a row. It's happened. We had it back here in the bottom of June. I mean, we bounced from 3,600 straight to 3,900. So we've had these big bounces where we do get a 5th day, but it's a little worrying. We'll see. I'm not going to panic if we do get a pullback. So speaking of pullback, if we do get a pullback, I would like to see a pullback down here with a bounce at 40.80. 40.80 is critical. If 40.80 doesn't hold, if we drag down to fill the gap, I wouldn't be freaking out if we get to 40.75. But gotta hold that level at 40.80, I think. if us bulls want to continue pushing. Below that would definitely be 4060. You can just see that level just pops right off the screen right at me. But that's my levels. Those are my levels. So got the big gap. Got to watch out for the gap. I think CPI is going to be bullish. I think inflation is trending down. I think that's what the market is expecting. It's like, all right, I play these like psychological games. Like, is this just a big trap? Are the hedges just are the market makers just giving us stupid bulls, just a big bait, just a huge bull trap for all to just jump back in right before CPI? Do they know CPI is going to suck? So that's one thing I also have to talk about. If we do get a bad CPI, I mean, it's going to be bad tomorrow. It is going to be very, very bad tomorrow. We get like a minus 3% day. It could be like a panic capitulation looking day, because we need it to be low inflation. We have to have it be low inflation. That way we can say, hey, look, we have 2 months of inflation slowing down. If we get one good month of low inflation, but then inflation just comes right back the next month, that's going to scare the living shit out of everyone. It's going to scare the hell out of everyone. It's going to scare me, because it's like, oh shit, maybe inflation is as sticky of a problem as we think. I think a lot of people are just saying inflation's only really being caused by the oil prices, caused by the Ukraine war. It was caused by COVID, the pumping we did in COVID. It's not a real problem that's going to stick around. I think a lot of people are still saying, yeah, it's a transitory issue that is sorting itself out. So, got to look at both sides of the coin in this market, because it is just, the volatility in this market is just something else. That's something else we have to talk about. VIX volatility index. So we had a green day where VIX spiked up 5%. A little hairy. I'm not crazy seeing that. That doesn't inspire good feelings in me. But yeah, kind of interesting. But it looks like VIX is right at the support line too, right at the support trend line. So if we get a bounce on VIX and we bounce straight past 24, that's not good for the market. If we get a bounce on VIX and we go straight past 24.50, that is very not good for the market. And that's typically what VIX tends to do. It tends to spike hard and fast. We could see our options data showing us a lot of calls in VIX. But people have been loading up puts these past few days, and they have just been getting hammered and hammered and hammered. So it's rough. It's rough for the bears right now, and it's too bad for them. But what you gonna do? They had a lot of fun for a lot of time, but now it is just things are looking so bullish, and the fact that things look so bullish automatically makes me scared, because it is just, this market has just been, you can't trust anything, man. You just cannot trust any rally. You can't trust any setup. They can just flip in a second. Any bad news, and that is just the nature of bear markets. That's why they're bear markets. Bear markets don't happen during good times. They happen when things get unpredictable. So that is the very nature of a bear market, when there is an unpredictable future, an uncertain future, scary situation that we're in, and that is kind of just been this whole year in a nutshell. But anyways, let's look at Apple. Apple just dominated, just gone. I mean, it's gone. It broke out of this channel. Look at where it broke out of this channel. You buy calls right there. Zoop, you're straight up to 164. Apple has broken this resistance trend line. It is now also in a confirmed uptrend. It's nuts. I don't know what else to say. It looks like we're gonna head straight up here for 172. I would not be shocked to see that one bit. First things first, so we got to get through 171. We have to retake this very key level here at 166.32. But also, we still haven't taken this level. But if we do have support, that is about right where we closed, actually. That's kind of crazy. If we do get support right here at this level, right here at 163.32, that is huge. That is very huge to the upside. And it's damn, another, look at this, another, just like, it's like a 5th grader made this. It's like a 5th grader, you gave him a stock set book, and they were like, make a bull flag. So just a big bull flag on Apple, really. If we had support right here, 162.80, that'd be fantastic also for Apple. But Apple just, I mean, what can you say? It's insane. I mean, how do we sell off this fast? So much fear, so much, everyone's panic selling for like a 4-day, 5-day stretch, and then just, yeah, we're straight back up. It's just craziness. It's nuts. It's really, I don't even know how to explain it. And that is why the market does not reflect like real life. I mean, it does, but sometimes you get terrible news and the market just won't do anything. Sometimes you get great news and the market goes straight down. Sometimes you get great news and it just goes straight up. Sometimes you get great news and it doesn't do anything. It's just like this. It's run by market makers. It's not like something bad happened, we're gonna go straight down. And it's not like, hey, this is great, we're gonna go straight up. It's so complicated, and that is just the biggest lesson I've learned personally. Like, I thought bad news always meant stocks go down. That's not true at all. Just look back at the Ukraine war. So, anyways, oh, another thing I have to show you on SPX. So this here, let's go to the daily. SPX, this daily yellow line, this is the 200-day moving average, this yellow line. Look at that confluence. It is right on that trend line. So we have to break through that. That is where we wicked exactly up to that line. Look at that. We wicked up to it perfectly back here at 43.26. Now it is down here at 42.71, and 42.71 just so happens to be another nice little key level here. You can see right there. Look at that. Look at that nice little level. Isn't that just perfect? I mean, really, look at that. So, we know the target. This is the target on SPY. We could get there by the end of this week for all we know. Tomorrow could just be crazy. Tomorrow we could just go straight up to 4,200. That is not out of the ballpark at all. So I have one call. I'm holding a single SPY call. I did this last CPI and it worked out great. I made like $400 off of it. But I have one SPY call, one $419 strike call for September 14th. So super close. It's going to go crazy. If SPY goes up 2%, that thing's going up like 300%. That's all I have going in tomorrow. Otherwise, I'm still holding my NVIDIA, my Google. Speaking of which, let's look at NVIDIA. So NVIDIA and AMD both have very similar charts, and they're both at super key levels. Right now, NVIDIA sitting right here, right at this key level, and you can see where this level is key. Look at that. We had support at this level. Bam, 145. We're sitting right on it. And we have a gap to fill above that, all the way up to 149.50. So that is monstrous. We got to get through that on NVIDIA. If it does, it's looking great to the upside. I mean, it is still in the downtrend because we have gotten a lower high and a lower low, so we're still in the downtrend, but this could be a potential rejection spot because that would show us that past support has turned into present resistance, and that is never good if you're a bull. Looking at AMD, same kind of idea. We're right at this key level, right here at $85. We got to break through that. You can see this is where we had support back here. This last pullback when we were ripping in July, pulled back. We had support at $85, and we bounced. And right there, that's right where we're at on AMD. So got to break through that level. AMD looks like it has a better chart than NVIDIA does, but I don't know. It's looking solid to the upside if we can break through that level. I honestly love it to the upside. If you just look at the very simple looking daily chart, like it's super clear that if we pull back and have if we break through and then retest 85 and have support at 85, that's looking super good because that's exactly what happened back here. You broke through and then you're like, hey, if we had some support here at 85, that'd be great. What to do? Pull back, 85, bada bing, boom, it shoots up to $105. So that's where we're looking at on AMD. It had a red day today, even though the rest of the market was green, but the rest of the market is probably just so green because of Apple, which I've already talked about. But looking at Google also same idea. Look at this. We're getting follow through. We've broken through this resistance. Google has now made a higher high and a higher low. Bounce off support. Bada bing. We're breaking through. It barely squeezed out a green day. Super low volume, but the whole market was pretty low volume going in the CPI. So, Google... Sorry, big stretch. Google, not professional at all, I'm sorry. Google's looking great to the upside. It has broken the resistance trend line. And really, That's all I got. I'm looking to play SPY. I'm looking to play SPX tomorrow, baby. I mean, it's been the bread and butter. My CPI days have been fantastic days. I'm always consistently great on CPI. I hope to keep it going. I'm ready to short the hell out of this market. I was trying to short it down here, so I'm ready to short it up here if things are looking hairy, and that's what I never do. I always gonna go into these things. I always have a super bullish thesis. Everything's bullish. How can things go down? Things go down. I sit and I freeze. I just go like, shoot. So I'm ready to short this thing if it does dump. I know it's dumping if we break through 4080. That's all I need to know. That's my key level. If we break through 4060, then we're gone. And you can look. I love how. So this was back in May. This is waiting for back here in May, waiting for no, back in June, waiting for May CPI number, and then this is back in August, waiting for the June CPI number, and now we're here in September waiting for the August CPI. So we have been in this freaking range so many times the day before CPI, and the last time we blasted out of it, the time before we dumped out of it. I mean, the worst dump off we had in the entire this entire year. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's where we're at, boys. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be exciting. Anyways, guys, that's really all I got. Oh, I never even looked at the Nasdaq. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Gotta look at the Nasdaq. Nasdaq looking just about as good as. Gotta look at futures. Yay, we can look at futures. Wait, why does it not look at? Let me look at No, I can look at spot. No, that's not spot. Oh, okay. Anyways, so looking at futures. Hello. Nasdaq's looking as bullish as the S&P, honestly. Just looking at price action, and price action is king. We have broken out of the resistance trend line. We had a break of it on Friday. We had follow through. It closed. It is. It is. It's still ripping after hours. Things are still going in straight up after hours as I speak. But looking at NASDAQ, continuation, and now we're just back at the super key level, right back here. Give me my horizontal line. Very important level that we have to break through right here, that we're just sitting right at. It's working towards. I mean, we've already broken through 128.24, but this is back where this level is just so money. We had big support at this level back here for some time, broke through that. Once we broke that level, we dumped. Back up here, we had resistance at that level, we dumped. Back over here, we had support, we ripped. Back over here, we had support, we dumped through it. So this is just a huge level. And the fact that the market is at this level right before CPI is just crazy. These people just set these things up so perfectly. But as you can see, we're still just ripping. I mean, this is, let's go to the 5 minute. This is after hours, and we are just climbing, baby. Climbing as the market is closed. On good volume, too. So, NASDAQ, same kind of idea. We have to hold this level here at 126.54. That's the first one that pops off the screen to me. If we can't hold that, I'm probably not going to touch anything if we just bounce around in this area. That would be the ultimate joke tomorrow. If they just chop the hell out of the market, which they absolutely could. I would not be surprised after 4 days of going straight up. But I don't think it will. Either way, that's my level. I'm not touching anything. If we don't break through 126.54, or if we don't break above 128.53, then I'm not doing nothing on the NASDAQ. But that's kind of what I'm seeing on the NASDAQ, boys. It's about as easy as pie. That's about the simplest way I could put it. Otherwise, zooming out on the daily, NASDAQ, same thing. Higher high, higher low. Don't fight the market. It has not tested its... There we are. Oh, look at that. We're right back at that trend line. So it is not tested, and I guess this could go up here since we did break above that. It hasn't tested its 200-day moving average. So that 200-day moving average is sitting right there at the peak of this last rally that we had. So that got to break through that, and you can see, look at that. Look what that 200-day moving average is, so money. Look, we broke above it, resisted, tap, resist, break, resist, tap, resist. So you know that level is money, but it is just, I mean, it's looking so good to the upside. It's looking like we're just gonna head right up here and test this freaking level. That's the worst arrow anyone's ever drawn. It's looking like we're gonna run up there. My forecast would be that we do that. We get a little trouble up there. We could just come up right up here to this key level 130, 132.32, and then we could dump off of there after that. I don't know. This is just my. I like drawing these little lines and then seeing what actually happens a couple days from now. See how right I was. Or worst case scenario. Or worst case scenario, we just dump straight down from here. But let's not talk about that. Anyways, guys, that's all I got. Good luck tomorrow. I think us bulls are in a great position, but when I get this bullish, I get worried. I think the hedge funds watch my videos and they're like, "Hey, look at this fucking guy. He's super bullish. It's time to dump the market." So, usually by the time I get bullish, it's too late and it's time to actually start loading shorts. But anyways, that's what I'm seeing. Those are my favorite setups. I love Nvidia to the upside. If we can break through that massive level of 145, I love SPA to the upside. If we can break through, what level did I say? 41.23. I love it. Which it looks like we're already doing. We've already done it after hours, I believe. But yeah, guys, that's it. Good luck tomorrow. Peace.